There's a major new development proposed for far north Queensland. Ken Lee, a Macau-based developer, is behind a $650 million plan to create a luxury integrated eco-resort on a 636-hectare site at Myola near Kuranda, which is up on the tablelands west of Cairns. The project, known as KUR-World, has been conceived by Australian company River and Ocean Developments, and it includes residential lots and short-term accommodation, a university campus, a golf course, and an adventure park, among other things. But some local traditional owners aren't happy about the proposal. They're concerned about how it will impact on rainforest biodiversity. These owners wrote to the proponents earlier this year asking for a cassowary park to be considered for the site, or a buyback from the state or federal governments. The Mayor of the Mareeba Shire Council, Tom Gilmore, joins me now to talk about the development. A very good morning, Mr. Gilmore.
Good morning. How are you today?
I am well. What can you tell us about this proposal?
Oh, look, it's a very exciting proposal. My council, of course, has been briefed by Mr. Lee and his company over a period of time. Mr. Lee is a visionary, and he understands that what he has in mind will not work if it doesn't fit in with the environment. He's very, very concerned about the Myola frog, for instance, and other wildlife corridors, etc. He knows that it's absolutely imperative for the future of his investment that he sticks with the environmental concerns of everybody else. I mean, he's going to make this thing work. It's very exciting indeed.
And do you get a sense of, $650 million, not a small spend at all, the flow-on effect as far as employment is concerned, Councillor?
Well, of course. This is a major development which will not only provide employment, but it is one of the new things that's required for Cairns and the region for tourism to flourish. Most of what's been there has been there for a while now. So Mr. Lee has come up with a new plan, and it looks very good to me. It's an eclectic mix, I must say, of an equestrian centre and a university campus seem to be odd bedfellows, but Mr. Lee assures me that that's part and parcel of what he has in mind, and it's going to work. It's designed for a mixture of people and different attractions for different sectors of the visiting population.
Do you understand what they mean when they say university campus, Tom Gilmore?
Oh, look, yes, he's going to be working with a couple of at least one different university to bring people on site, to live on site and to work there and to learn there, and I think that's important.
Has a development application been lodged with the council?
No, of course it has not. We've just been briefed on a couple of occasions, and as I understand it, Mr. Lee has lodged this with the Coordinator General, seeking to have this very, very large development declared to be a coordinated project, which means that it won't come to council. It will be dealt with by the Coordinator General, and I think a development of this size is simply far beyond the capacity of my council. We don't have the resources, either financial or intellectual, to be able to deal with something of this size.
Do you share any of the environmental concerns raised by the traditional rainforest owners locally?
Well, look, I haven't heard those things. And of course, there are always going to be people who will raise these concerns, and that means that these concerns are valid and need to be addressed. Of course they do. But I believe that the company involved is prepared to look and listen, and wherever possible to satisfy those concerns.
There have been a number of other proposals of similar or larger size that have stalled in recent years. Tom Gilmore, do you feel convinced that there's a market for a development like this?
Well, of course, that's not for me to know. It's entirely up to private enterprise. They're putting up the money. They believe that they can make it work, and I believe that they're right on the money. They seem to know what they're talking about, and quite determined to fit within the environment to make it work because it's environmental. It's an eco resort, if I might put it that way, and I'm quite sure that they have done their homework.
And do you have a sense of what time frame might be for it to actually occur?
Oh, look, this will take a number of years. This is a very, very large resort development that's being planned there, and there are, I would suggest, several years. once they start work, of course, they've got to go through all of the process of government approval. That's going to take some time. This is not a toy. And once they get that, then I suppose they'll start work, and it'll take several years to build it.
Tom Gilmore, thanks for your time.
Thank you very much.